and then I'm going to start sharing. But I want to, in the meantime, introduce myself. I'm Mena Vitale-Warmbier. Diana Burke is my co-host this evening, and I'm grateful to have her um, joining me this evening. So thank you. And Diana, you're back from your wonderful vacation. Um, so thank you for being on, ladies. And tonight we're going to share this amazing technology because it's changing people's lives, making a huge difference, and we cannot be quiet, right? So the first half, we're going to be sharing about the technology, we're going to be sharing about the company, and then we're going to transition to the opportunity. Some of you may be interested in that, and some of you may say, you know what, I really don't care for that. I just want to use the product, and that's fine. But some of us on here are all excited and we want to share with everyone because we feel it is our social responsibility to do so. And why not? Why keep it a secret, really? So the second half is going to be the opportunity. And then we are going to try and get through this as quick as possible because we want to hear from the ladies on here. We want to hear about your wins. We want to hear about your testimonies. And so, Diana, I'm going to hand it over to you right now.
Okay, hello everybody. So it's afternoon here in America, and we're so glad that we can be global today with all of you on this call right now. I'm excited because about 2.5 years ago, I got introduced to this patch, and this has taken away some hot flashes, menopausal anxiety, some hip pain, and has made my hair grow. So that's my testimony. And as you can see, this lovely lady right here is wearing the patch on her shoulder. But I wear it on my arm because I can share this. And we ask everybody this question: have you been patched yet? This patch elevates, activates, and regenerates your own stem cells. So this is our wonderful inventor and CEO. His name is David Schmidt. He has created over 130 patents, and he's a scientist and inventor, and he specializes in age reversing because in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. And the recent patent took 10 years and 4.5 million to bring it to market. Now, I love this. Now, it's important that that we can stand behind this product because it's a patented technology. And if you know anything about patents, you have to be able to prove that the patent can do what it says it's going to do. And this is what it says. This is a result of elevating a copper peptide, this patch, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. That is incredible. Now, why the X39 stem cell activation patch? Well, see, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. I know I was. And at the age of 30, you know, our doctors don't tell us that only half your stem cells are active. That is basically why you age. And at the age of 60, you lose almost all your stem cell activity. Now, how does the X39 work? Well, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's patented nanocrystal technology made from plants and, you know, crystals and salts and sugars. And it sits right here in this patch. And it reflects light to activate, kind of almost like red light therapy or how the sunlight gives us vitamin D. This patch actually works off light in our own body to activate. And you don't necessarily need to be out in the sunlight to make it happen because light comes out of our own body. It's non-transdermal, so it doesn't conflict with other medications, and there's no drugs or chemicals or stimulants in it. And it's non-invasive. So here are the benefits of the X39. It increases strength. I know that it has with me too as well with working out. It has reduction in inflammation. That's why my hips are not feeling as bad as they used to feel. increasing in stamina. I'm able to keep up with my 10 grandchildren and my 5 kids and their spouses, and energy and vitality, just feeling overall good, mental clarity, just having to remember where my keys are at now and know how to get where we're going. And mental clarity is definitely very good now. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. That's amazing, because that's what we need, women, as we get older, is to have our skeletal conditions being strong. Improvement of sleep, and that's important too as well, because I know a lot of people who have hard time sleeping. So this is will help you with your sleep. And improve skin appearance. The fine lines and the wrinkles, you need to take note and take a picture before you start using this patch, because you're going to see a big difference. I know that I used to have scars on my knees, because at one point I was carrying my youngest son out, Spencer, to the car, and I fell, and I didn't want him falling with me, so I was holding him in my arms, and I had I skinned my knees really badly, and I've always had that, and I figured I would always will. The other day I looked down at my knees and I don't have that scars anymore. So now we tell people that it achieves optimal health, which is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But the proof is in the patch, basically. You'll see it for yourself. So here's a great topography map of a participant who's 77-year-old woman. She placed the X39 on the back of her neck, and in session 1, she has lots of inflammation, lack of brain coherence, as you can see all the red there. And session 2, within 3 weeks, just 3 weeks on the X39, there's no more inflammation and improved brain balance. And in sessions, that's okay. And wrong way.
Sorry, wrong way.
It's okay. We don't have to be perfect. We got the slides here. So session 6 on the X39, a complete turnaround, better brain coherence. So it can be noted that when she came in, she was hyperactive, and her brain calmed down dramatically after the second week, the second visit. So it was like 3 weeks in on that X39. This could be me, honestly, because I'm not 77, but it took about 3 weeks for my hot flashes to go away. So I'm thinking I had to get rid of that inflammation. And so it says here also, after wearing the X39 patch for 3 weeks, her brain remained calm. And after wearing it for 6 weeks, you see a complete turnaround. And that's what I've experienced, even for myself. So here are the long-term results per case study, and they're on thisisit.info.com if you want to search it some more. So in the beginning, the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. I mean, the world got crazy over red wine, resetting 2 genes. This is 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. So a lot of us, and we don't realize it, they're out there, they don't have a balanced brain, but basically we do. Our brain becomes balanced, which means there's a lot of less inflammation. And within 3 months, our collagen is increased. This little patch gives you more collagen just within this patch than any supplement out there. So here it is in this patch. And within 6 months, our heart reverses in age. So it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing, says David Schmidt, the CEO and inventor of the X39. So how do you wear this X39 patch? Well, you wear your patch 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. And you also drink a lot of water and add some electrolytes like Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt into your water. So you wear the patch for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, then you throw the patch away and you put a new patch on and repeat. And you can wear more than one at a time, but it's not necessary. And you see if they have it in the back of their neck or below their belly button. And that is where they suggest that you start out wearing it. But honestly, you can wear it anywhere. But I recently patched somebody behind their neck that had a knee pain. And within an hour, and she came in with a cane, And as we were talking, I patched her. By the time she got up within that hour, she was able to walk out the door without using that cane. So systemically, putting that patch on your back goes down to your whole body. So it's important that you can start it off trying it that way at first. Another thing though, with back in that is that when I got rid of my hot flashes, I put it below my belly button. So it was in the beginning, I did it behind my neck, but then I moved it below my belly button. And because I was able to wear it easier because it was getting caught in my hair. And within 3 weeks was the no hot flashes. So X39 is so sophisticated, yet it's so simple to explain. And the testimonies of the X39 are life-changing and emotional. And the best thing about the X39, it absolutely works on everyone if they wear it consistently and persistently over time. This is the site that we send everybody to. I typically ask people, have they heard of the patch? If they did not, and I share a little bit about it, I ask them for their phone number and I send them thisisit.info.com. I have them look at the first few videos. Then I also go to the very top where it says menu and I have them click on the testimonies and I send that to themselves too as well. And I also make sure that they can open it up on their phone standing beside me as I'm giving them a little tutorial on how to use the site. That way I know that the phone call went through, because sometimes Apples and Androids don't talk to each other, or the contact my information might not line up. So you want to make sure that I either call them and then text them, and that way they can receive it. LifeWave is a 20-year-old company. It's open in over 75 countries. That means you can, pardon me, you can have a global business anywhere. Just like when we went to Portugal and to France this past week, we were able to talk to people over there. They could start a business over there as well. So, and what's wonderful about this, it's not a Me Too product like most companies, like weight loss, skincare, or supplements. And so those are all good products. Many people, are selling those products, but this is not a Me Too product. This is we're the only ones that have this kind of a product. And just look at the growth. I mean, you want to be part of a company that's growing. And look at over 600 million in 2024. The growth has been amazing. And then now we've been ranked #1 momentum company per businessathome.org. So we're getting up there as far as we're able to, showcase the world that we're making a difference in many, many people's lives all over the United States and over in Europe too as well. So LifeWave was awarded this #1 growth company. That is our inventor and founder, David Schmidt, in the purple right there, or in the black pants, and the black and white are Steve and Gina Merritt. They are the ones that have given us the tools to do well with this business. And then Meredith Burgess, she is our president. And we're so proud and so thankful for these leaders, because they are pushing us in the direction that we can grow, and they're equipping us to win.
Yeah. Thank you, Diana.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to transition to the reason why people would be on here. And if you're saying, well, where are the testimonies? Well, hang on, ladies. We're going to be sharing some testimonies later. So don't jump off, because you might just hear the very thing that you've been looking for. So why would we actually take our time to come to you this evening? You're taking time out of your, away from your family, away from work, away from whatever you're busy with, because we have to have a reason why, or there should be a reason why we're doing this. Otherwise, like, what's the point, So when we got started, well, I was very negative. Okay. Diana and Ken and Diana Burke, we had heard about it through our church, and then Ken approached Greg, and I was like, there is no ways. And then Diana joined Ken on a second visit to us, and I was like, okay, we have to be nice now, So I listened to them. And Greg was adamant. He said, we're looking at stem cell therapy. It's going to cost us a lot of dollars. And if this is what if this does what Ken says it's going to do, then, it's $100 as opposed to $40,000 that we were looking at. So he said he was going to give it a chance. I'm the skeptical lawyer, don't want anything to do with it. And when Greg got his results, I was blown away because for 6 years, all I heard was him moaning and groaning. And then all of a sudden that stopped. He could not fake it. He could not fake it because it was day in and day out. And then I took a look at the website. I saw the patent and I was blown away by that, understanding patents as an attorney. I was like, okay, there's got to be something here. And I do not want to miss out. I have FOMO, fear of missing out. He's had a great result. I've got to get my results. Okay. So we did have a reason why. And the reason why for me personally was time freedom. When you work a job, it's kind of you're beholden to, even if you're self-employed, you're beholden to the people that are your clients, the people that walk into your office, the people that need your service. When they call you, you answer the phone, even if you're on vacation. I was doing that. I never had Christmas, Easter, none of those holidays, because as an attorney, you're constantly 24/7. It's usually holiday time when your clients are looking for you. So, I wanted the time freedom. I wanted to be able to have options, not have my eggs all in one basket. So that for me was really important. For you, you might be saying, you know what? For me too, I need that. But some of you may be saying, I need more time with my family. Some of you may be saying, I want to travel. I want to travel more. I don't want to worry about what's in my bank account. Less debt, no debt, better health, security. So we all have a reason why. And that is why we are sharing, because we care about people. We want to share hope with them. But when we share, the company compensates us. So there is a compensation plan, and our plan is known as a binary, okay? It's two legs. We build a left team and a right team. And we get paid in 4 different ways currently, okay? And I say that because there is an enhancement on the compensation plan. And when I say enhancement, it truly is enhancement. So, but for now, there are 4 ways that we get paid. And this is one of the ways, okay? And you can max up to $25,000 on the binary way of compensation. So the left leg and the right leg, pretty simple. You can't put people anywhere else. There's just 2 legs. Okay, so you speak to 4 of your friends that you care about, that you know, that you love, and you want them to experience what you're experiencing, and you put them in and you rank manager with 4 people. Now, it's not going to be the first 4. We have to sow a lot of seed to get people. Okay, sometimes it is the first 4 because we're just talking to the right people. But your success in this business, and I have to say this, is dependent on your ambition level. Like, how ambitious are you, and how much do you really want your why? Do you really, really, really want what your why is? Okay. Are you going to be able to live without it? And sometimes if you are, then you're probably not going to work. But if it's something that you cannot live without, and that is definitely a reason why, you need to build this, I would say go for it. So on this way, you can earn up to $25,000 per week. Okay. Now that is not too bad. And I got pretty excited about that. But when I found out about this other way of being paid, the matching bonus, unlimited income potential. Okay. This is where I used to think about making money while I sleep. Now we truly do. It is absolute blessing, to go to bed on a Sunday night and wake up on a Monday morning and there is money in your back office. It's absolutely amazing. And so, matching bonus is unlimited income potential. So the first way was up maxing at $25,000 a week. That's on the binary. But how the matching bonus works is Ken and Diana Burke spoke with us and we got started. We are first generation. So if we make $25,000 on a weekly basis, binary cycle, Ken and Diana Burke are going to get 25% of that. That's 6,250 per week if we're making that per week, okay? Then we sponsored Anna. Anna's our second generation. Anna's our first generation, second generation to Diana. And Diana would get 20% of what Anna does. We will get 25% of what Anna does. Now, Anna sponsored Ellen. Ellen is second generation to us, third generation to Diana, first generation to Anna, and so forth. But you can see you get 25%, 20%, 20%. Now, if you had 100 people first generation and every single one of them made money on the binary every week, you would be getting paid 25% of those 100 people, okay? So it's wide and then up to third generation in depth. And no matter where the first, second, and third person is on your left leg or your right leg, you still get paid. First, second, and third generation down. Unlimited, I put my hand up for that. So this is the order form. It's pretty simple. Diana loves to do everything on her phone, and it's a great way to do it. We also like old school, which is an order form, and the order form looks like this. And there are 3 packages, okay? They're one-time purchases. So we say to people, well, where are you at? Are you the person who is excited about the business? Well, then you want to start with the advanced package or the premium package, because core is not going to allow you to max out on the comp plan. Okay, if you're saying, you know what, core $295, I think that's all I can afford right now, that's okay, because you can upgrade to advanced. Okay, so we all get an opportunity in this business. It's all inclusive, and we want everyone to win. We want everybody to experience it. No one gets left out. So you start at core. You're going to use the sleeve for yourself, your friend, another family member, or a spouse, and you're going to experience it. And you like it, and you're going to upgrade to advanced. And if you are the kind of person who says, you know, I want to build a team, I want to go up the ranks, manager, director, etc., we're going to tell you you need to go on a 2-sleeve subscription, because the passive income, those residuals that you're getting on a weekly basis, that is because people are coming back, people are using, people are constantly getting their product. But $200 as your overheads a month, $200. I mean, as a lawyer, my overheads are astronomical. Where do you have a business for $200 a month? Your overheads. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So we saw this straight away, and we said premium is our package. We wanted the premium. The other thing is the premium, when you sign in as a brand partner, this sleeve at the wholesale costs you $99.95. That's the wholesale price, okay? You can retail it at $150, so you can make a little bit of money, but I don't want to be a professional salesperson. That is why I'm going to share with people who are going to share and who are going to share, and it goes around the world. But we saw premium, you get it at a reduced price of $87.50 a sleeve. And I said, okay, a little bit of a savings, because that gave me more to rotate. I'm going to loan one to somebody who says they're ready to get started. And when their package comes in, they're going to give it back to me. So we rotated it in and out, in and out. And in 2.5 weeks, we made that $1,750 back. In our first month, we made $3,000. So we were in the black. You know, I mean, profit our first month. No business is in profit in the first month. I mean, I just don't know that. You know, it takes a while to make your overheads back. So we're so grateful for this opportunity. We've seen so many people blessed. And, you know, when the testimonies come in, that's what really warms my heart. When you hear people say, I had no hope, now I have hope. I don't want to get up in the morning. Now I can get up and face the day. You know, some people were telling us they'd rather die than live this life with the death sentence they've been given. You know, doctors telling them that they're never going to get better. And then you share this with them. That just spurs me on to keep going, to share hope. So Diana shared about this is at info.com. The wonderful thing is Steve and Gina Merritt, and this is a team leaders put these websites together. We do not need to go and spend money putting a website together. This is at info.com, has all the information you need about the product, the company, the CEO, the founder, the inventor, the trials, the testimonies, and nobody can purchase from that site. This is a team.com is for us. Those of us who say, I want to participate, I want a piece of that 1 billion that they're going to hit this year. So this is like your textbook. How do you build this business? How do you onboard? How do you go manager? What does the compensation plan look like? This is a team.com. I would recommend to those of you that are building, you want to spend some time every day finding out what is in there. There's lots of resources, the script, how to talk to people, what to say, etc. And don't reinvent the wheel. It's already there for us. They've given us the secret to success. Now, this is a team that we are part of, the fastest growing team in all of LifeWave. And in fact, LifeWave is the fastest growing network in the world. So we are part of the fastest growing team in the fastest growing network. And I mean, I feel so blessed to be part of this at this point in time, the right opportunity at the right time. And so they provide a whole range of Zooms. So whatever your schedule looks like, you can participate. You don't need to try and do this on your own, figure it out. Just plug your people into the Zooms. Just like we're bringing our friends to the Zoom, a woman's Zoom only on a Wednesday evening or Wednesday afternoon for America. Just invite your friends because you don't need to feel like you need to be the person. Invite them to come and see other people. They'll resonate with different personalities. So there's Zooms right throughout the week. We did one for Australia this morning. And then there's a Spanish Zoom. So if you're building with a Spanish speaking team, they can tie into that one. And then Saturday training. That is one I do not miss because we get all the nuts and bolts of how to do this. And honestly, when we started, and Diana, you will verify this, we had only Zooms. And that is where we learned how to do this. And that those Zooms took us to the highest rank in this business. So you too can do that because we're nothing special, okay? If you miss any Zooms, you can get the recordings on YouTube. So go to YouTube, subscribe and save, and you will get everything there. And then now is the time for those of you who are brand new on here, and have not made a decision yet, now's the time to make that decision. Maybe you are the person who says, you know what, I just want to try this. That's great. Get back with the person that invited you. Maybe you say, you know what, I like what I see, but I want to do a little bit more research. Well, you can get back with the person that invited you, get all the information you need, get the websites. And if you're on here and you say, you know what, I'm ready to go. I don't want to waste any more time. I like what I see and I'm ready to go. So get back with the person that started you and they can help you do that as well. So there is one more slide that I want to share, and then we're going to open up for testimonies as well as some wins for the week. So next level. Okay, this is a convention coming up August 8th to 10th. So I'm hoping that you've purchased your ticket already to be there in person. And if you cannot be there in person, it's in Orlando. So I understand people living abroad and not being able to get all the way there. There is a virtual opportunity. You can get everything, scan the QR code, go and take a look at what it looks like because you do not want to miss out. And we do have people that have joined us that are joining us from South Africa, Europe, Australia. And there's a QR code for this as well. If you say, you know what, a half an hour presentation, a 45-minute presentation is too much for me. Well, we did a 40-minute one. So if you want to scan the QR code and you want to send a 40-minute presentation to someone that you're thinking of right now, you can do that, or maybe you can do your own 40-minute one. But we just did that because we thought it would be good to share with people. The other thing, quickly, for those of you that are part of our team, don't forget the Run for Freedom contest. There's cash on the table. We have 2 weeks left, I believe, or maybe a week. I think it's 2 weeks. No, actually 1 week after this week, after Sunday, 1 week left. And so you want some of the cash on the table. And for those of you who say, what is this all about? I need to know, I want some of the cash. Well, you can still get started and you can still win. So there is a QR code that you can scan. I'm just going to quickly run through this because this is there's 7 spots. People can win money. And who wants the $3,000 prize? I think every one of us is putting up our hands. But Diana and myself, we cannot participate. We're the ones, us and our husbands, that have put money on the table. But everybody can win. There's the QR code if you want to scan and see how you can win this money. And I am going to stop sharing because I have invited a lady by the name of Monica, and I did see her get on to share her testimony. Now I'll tell you, we had a live meeting on Saturday in Johannesburg. It was a wonderful meeting. We were maxed out pretty much. And Monica joined us at this meeting and she shared her amazing testimony. And Anna, I just saw you on now. So thank you for jumping on. I think we're pretty set. Let me just make you co-host anyway. But Monica, if you want to unmute and share with us, she shared an amazing testimony. She hasn't been on the product long, but her testimony is already amazing. So Monica, if you want to join us and unmute, I see you have unmuted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
I started about 2 months ago. Well, I'm going for my 3rd month now. And I was introduced to the product by a vet. And it actually happened so funny. She was an agent to sell my house. And it didn't happen. She didn't sell my house. But in between, we became friends and she explained about the patches. And
I think your internet is a little low, so you've kind of frozen. Is it just me or?
No, it's frozen. Maybe she can move to another room in her house. Monica, maybe you can move to another room. We can't see or hear you right now.
I hope she hasn't. Let's just see. Okay, I just wanted to respond because I saw there was a question from one of the ladies about, is this available in Dubai? Yes, it is available there. So, and I don't know who invited you on, but if you want to just talk with the person who invited you and they can help you with that. I think Monica's actually jumped off. You know what? I'm going to open up for who wants to volunteer a testimony. I did see Debbie Crow on, and I know you have an amazing testimony, Debbie. And you know, we usually just give 2 or 3 minutes so that everybody can get an opportunity to share. So Debbie, if you, oh, there's Monica. Monica, do you want to try again?
sorry, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. No, so I was diagnosed in 2015 with the MS, and the stem cell replant would have been too expensive. And when
Yeah, I just think maybe if you turn your camera off, it might help with the
thing is, once she's frozen,
like I said, was 3 months, and I'm on my 3rd month now. And I went for infusion on Thursday for the MS. And it turns out 2 of the new lesions that I got disappeared. And one of the major lesions that affects my balance is smaller now. So I believe the facts are talking. So that's basically my testimony. But besides that, I struggle with lower back pain. And since using the patches, I can testify. I put it on, and within an hour, all my back pain disappears. I have
Wow.
no back pain.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. So just to recap, because you broke up quite a bit there. So Monica has MS and she's been using the product for 3 months now. And her recent tests, when she went for infusions, showed that 2 lesions have disappeared. Correct,
Yes,
Monica?
yes, that's
And
correct.
that's not normal, right?
No, well, I've been on medication since 2015. The newest medication that I've used was for the last 2 years. And even last year, the lesions were still there. And this year, they disappeared. And
Wow.
also, the one for my balance is smaller. And
Wow.
that has
Wow.
never happened before.
And how much were you going to pay for the stem cell plants?
Stem cells would have cost me 1.5 million. And my neurologist advised that 7 years along the line, I'll be back where I was, which is
Wow.
true because it makes sense understanding how it works now. Stem cells die off. So within time, they will disappear again. That's
Yes.
basically what I measured it up to. And also worked out if I'm on the patches for a total of 10 years, then I'm only reaching 300,000.
Wow. So 300,000 as opposed to 1.5 million.
1.5. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. So
So that
we'd
was a
rather,
no-brainer.
yes, so we'd rather stay on the patches, right? And we keep
Definitely.
keep activating our stem cells. Well, thank you, Monica. I appreciate you
Okay.
jumping on. And you're obviously going to keep wearing the patches, right?
Yes, definitely. I bought my advanced package. So I am set until about November this year.
Wow, well, awesome. Maintenance, I think that was your maintenance package.
Maintenance pack, yes.
Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you and good to see you again, Monica. Bless you. So,
Well,
Debbie, I don't know if Debbie is available to share a testimony with us if you are still on. I don't see her.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm
hey, Debbie, how are
hi.
you?
I'm good, good. Yeah, I wanted to share just a little bit about what happened with my son. He came to visit us a couple of weeks ago, and I gave him a sleeve to take home and try. He lives in Idaho, and he just texted me this morning and said that he gave a patch to his roommate and he that has several broken ribs and some slipped discs in his back, and he gave him the patch to wear yesterday, and he told him today that he had no more pain.
Wow.
I was like, wow. Broken ribs and slipped discs, and he's had excruciating pain, and one day on the patch it was gone. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
That's awesome. So thank you for being on, Debbie. And you know what? We get these one patch wonders, and some people it takes a little longer because we don't really know what's happening in people's bodies, you know. So we've got to be patient with ourselves. We didn't get to where we are in one day. So, you know, David Schmidt says that 97% of people see significant results in 90 days. So I would recommend, for me, I've used it for 30 months now, and I'm not going to stop using it because, like Monica said, you know, it's you stop going to gym, you get off the treadmill, and you know, you're used to doing that every day. All of a sudden, you stop and you stop for 6 months. You know, you're going to see the flares start coming again. So the same thing, if we stop helping our stem cells to reactivate and regenerate, slowly they're going to go back to where they were. It doesn't happen overnight, but they do, you know, are going to regress. Is there anybody else that wants to share a testimony from the last week? And then we're just going to open up for some wins as well. I know I'd like Diana to share about her time away. So anyone else, put up your hand. Heather, if you want to unmute. Oh, yeah. 2 to 3 minutes, Heather, so we can just allow everybody else to share as well. Hi,
Hi,
Heather.
hi,
Hi.
Mena.
Hi,
Um,
how are you doing? Good to see you.
I am healing well, and I just want to report that the November 3 surgeries I had when the X39 patch, the doctor said in 30 days, you have healed quite tremendously. What is that? That he kept coming in and seeing on my stomach that he did not ask me to take off, that I
Mhm.
slipped him a card that he didn't use because cards don't always work. We have to get numbers, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I came in for the reversal of my colostomy just less than 14, 17, 18 days ago. I just got the staples out, and it is healing tremendously. And I wore the
Wow.
X39 every day in the hospital. This time I wasn't there for a month. It was only 5 days, and I
Mhm.
have just come out of this amazing, and I feel so strong. And I'm taking pictures and keeping up on the progress of what it looks like. And I'm just telling you, using the X39 through from the last surgeries, there was 3 in November, to through out and not stopping, to now and then in the hospital. And nobody asking me to take it off, but always asking, what is that? And me being able to talk about it again to that surgeon and then another surgeon that came in to have to remove a couple things I didn't plan on. And since we're all women, I did have to end up getting a couple 80 parts taken out with my husband's okay while I was down, and the surgery became 1.5 hours to 4 hours. But I'm okay. And it was things that were really infected from the surgery in November, from the terrible infection I had from the removal of my appendix that burst and the diverticulitis I didn't know I had and all that jazz. And here I am, and I feel healthier than ever. So I
Wow.
just wanted to give you that praise on the X39. It's amazing. I feel like I'm back and better than ever. I got another chance at life, my gut health, my strength, my endurance. I haven't had coffee today. This is me real right now, raw. And I'm just happy here. Thanks for letting me share.
Wow, no, thank you for coming on and sharing. And that is absolutely amazing, Heather. All those amazing things. And the wonderful thing is, you can wear it before and after surgery and during surgery. So do not, if you ever going in for any surgery, do not take your patch off. Just keep wearing it because it's going to help with fast healing, like we've heard from Heather. And then also the other thing is, you want to be proactive. So you want to prevent any other issues. Sometimes the fast healing doesn't happen because we have other things that are going on in our body, and now we're susceptible to surgeries and things like that. So thank you, Heather. You're awesome and appreciated. And another thing is you can wear the patch whilst you're on medication. We hear of people coming off medication when they're wearing the patch. So stay on your medication, but you will monitor it, etc. We do get those questions. Now I want to transition. I think Lillian, I see you've raised your hand if you want to come on.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
So for me, I've been on it now about 4 months. I'm not one of these people who's got these huge, amazing results, but my allergy is gone, which is amazing for me. That's
Mm.
fantastic. I've stopped dropping here in the shower and things like that. So I'm very, very pleased. But I was talking to my brother who has patched our cousin, and she has excruciating pain and has had for several years and is on heavy whatchamacallums, painkillers. 4 times a day she has to take, and she still has the pain. And now she is reduced from 4 doses to 3.
Wow.
So things are moving. I just wanted to share. I think that's wonderful.
Yes, of course, that is
Yes,
wonderful.
it's
And you know
not that
what?
it hasn't all lifted, but that's a lot of painkillers to work through.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's coming off. She's coming off the
she's coming
painkillers,
off.
and that is
So thank you.
awesome. Yeah, that is a win. And you know what, Lillian, when you speak about allergies, oh my goodness, I struggled so much with allergies, and I've even forgotten because being the 30 months on the patch, now I look at myself and there's no eczema and all these terrible things that were happening to me.
Yeah.
So you reminded me of that.
And I'm saving on all my supplements. I'm not buying them
Yeah,
anymore. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. Well, same with me, no collagen, no biotin, because our body um, we start producing our own collagen. Those are amazing testimonies. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. I did want to open up and have Diana share because, you were away for 10, 12, 2 weeks in Europe.
Yeah,
And
12 days in Portugal.
yes, yes. Well, if you want to share, because you guys signed up
Sure.
7 people while you were
Okay.
away.
So I'll start with, well, before we left, we had some problems at our home with our air conditioning. So we had Duke Energy come out. And I always share the patch with people, before they're ready to walk out the door. Hey, just 1 minute. Have you heard about this patch? No, I haven't. It's a stem cell activation patch. It works off light in your own body. This is what it did for me. And I tell them my testimonies and a few other friends with frozen shoulder and things like that. And I said, is there anything that you're looking for? And he goes, well, I've got really bad back pain. So sure enough, we put it on his back. And 3 hours later, he calls us up. How can I get more of these patches? So we signed a person up the day before we're ready to go out to Europe. And that was so exciting. Then we get to the airport, and it's a 9-hour flight from Portugal. And we belong to a travel club and there's 100 people on this travel club. And, basically they think that you're going to sleep on the plane, and then you start running with basically all these people to all these different events, because it's an adventure club, basically. So it's not like a relaxing vacation. It's more of an educational vacation. And which we thrive off. Ken and I love it, and we thrive off of it. But 9 hours on a plane, I'm not really good at sleeping on a plane. So I was really praying and asking God, oh, if there's any way that I can upgrade. And because we're part of a group, it makes it very hard. But anyway, long story short, I was able to get one ticket. We were hoping to get Ken another ticket. So we went to the desk, and the lady from Sea Boost is there, which I didn't know was a type of person that can stand there and possibly help you upgrade your ticket to a better seat. We were asking her if she can help us. And as we were just sitting there talking, she asked us what we did. And we told her about the patch. And so here, how organically things just come out of our mouth, and we share. And we shared a patch with her there. Now, she did not put it on at that time. And we most likely like people to put it on right away, because they might be that one patch wonder. And sometimes they forget about it, or things, life gets busy. But she did hold on to it, and she was super excited about what we shared with her. Well, I think it was like 3 days into the trip, she texted us saying she wore it one day, and she's on her feet for many, many hours. And she had no leg pains. And she was so excited. She can't wait till we get back from Europe. So she wants to meet us in Miami. And we were able to actually meet her when we came off the plane and talked to her and we onboarded her and everything like that. So that was very exciting. Now let's move on to where we're on the bus. And this one girl is asking Wendy she has a headache. And does anybody have any Tylenol or ibuprofen? And we went, wait, have you ever tried this patch? And then now everybody's listening. And we're saying, have you heard of this patch? This can help you with inflammation, and just try this first. Sure enough, she was open. She put the patch on in probably like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, I don't have a headache anymore. When she said that, other people were like, okay, we want to hear about this patch too. We were like sitting up behind our seats, talking to people behind us, talking to people across from us. And we didn't really wait, because what we did was we patched people. And then we were going to a destination, but then we were also stopping at a restaurant for lunch, and had to grab a quick lunch. So we took advantage of the opportunities that we were with people. And so we were saying, what are you looking for? And we were also kind of painting a picture, that the patches can come in 3 to 5 business days. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. You're trying the patch. What are you looking for? And I carry my fanny pack everywhere I go now. It's not very, stylish. Sometimes I wear it as crossbody bag, so it makes it a little bit more stylish. But in there, I do have the good old-fashioned, sign-up sheet. And on the back, what I'll do is I'll just start writing down things that they're looking for, and also what their friends and family are looking for. So now I have I can care basically of what they're looking for, and have a memory of it too as well. Then I let them know, hey, it's only 3 to 5 business days, but I know we're on this trip for a few more days. If you do sign up right now, I'll give you some patches to hold you over until we get home. that is so amazing, because we can do that. Why would I not do that? I want them to feel free, not have the pain. So we signed up 2 people at the luncheon that were just on the bus. So now there's 3 people. The one girl did come on too as well, the one with the headache. And then another bus ride too. We were talking to one of our good friends who's been traveling with Jolie. I think she's on the call right now too. Hey Jolie, do you want to share your story? What happened to you and Hannah real quick? Can you unmute yourself? You're muted, Jolie. I can't, on the bottom left, it says mute or unmute. Okay, if you can't mute, I'll kind of tell the story if I can't. Oh, here she goes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, good.
Okay, okay, good. Sorry, I'm Zoom challenged. I can do Teams, but I need a teenager to help me with Zoom still. Yeah, so we have talked with Ken and Diana before, so a couple years before when this was all getting started, and I'm very skeptical. I'm a science person, and I needed to understand the science behind this patch. But before I could really understand the science, I was hearing other people say good things. My daughter, who's 19, has psoriatic arthritis, and she's just started some Skyrizi. Oh my gosh, it's $22,000 for one injection of Skyrizi to help her manage her psoriatic arthritis. And she was worried, you know, again, traveling, we're on a plane, we're on a bus, we're hiking, we're walking, and she was having a lot of pain and concerned about it getting worse. And the, you know, naproxen, Tylenol, all those things really irritate her stomach terribly. So Diana said, hey, try this. And, you know, I also like, well, I'm interested as well. I have some of my own issues, but, you know, it helped both of us. So we were on a big hike down to a lighthouse. Hannah had no pain. She felt great. And I have like a heart arrhythmia, and usually my triggers of no sleep and caffeine, which goes with the no sleep, and exercise and alcohol, which we were also enjoying, those combined really kick off my palpitations. And I had none. I tested it by hoofing up the hill instead of taking the little tuk-tuk ride. And I felt great. So I'm still skeptical on a lot of the science behind it, but on the face value, it works. So I don't really care how it works. I just know it does work. And so I've been telling friends and family and trying to figure out how to get a shipment to my mom. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but she's interested and wants to try as well. So she's going to be my first customer.
That's awesome. Isn't that great? So that's what it was, ladies. We just kind of organically shared with people where we felt, you know, the conversation led to that. And here's the thing, you can go on vacation and still share the patch and get people free from their pains. I had a gal that was, I overheard a conversation in the breakfast room that she had plantar fasciitis. And I know of another gal who the patch helped her with plantar fasciitis. And I thought to myself, okay, do I go over there and just stand up and go over to her table and talk to her? And I'm like, heck yeah, wouldn't I want somebody to do that for me? I would want that. So I went over there and I said, you know, Mary, I overheard you talking about having a problem with plantar fasciitis. And I was just talking with my other friends about the patch. And I know of a girl who it helped her. And she said, I said, are you open to try it right now? And she goes, are you open to try this patch? She goes, actually, I was listening to your conversation over there on the table. So like, you don't even know who's listening to you, you know? And she says, yes, I'm open to the patch. And see, I had to make that effort to go get up out of being comfortable and walk over to her table and say, hey, I don't know if you know about this, but I would like you to try it. And I'm sharing patches. And that's another reason why it's so important to have more patches on your being at all times. Because if you just have the consumption for you and your spouse or your partner or your kids, in your own self and you don't have any to share, it's like when you hear that testimony or you hear that person cry for help, you have something to give them of hope. And you know what? If they have family members that are, gosh, have all these things that we heard these ladies are, these people are dealing with, then you have something to give, bring hope. So this business is amazing. I mean, honestly, just to be able to share it, all through the world, anywhere. You can be on vacation and just share. So yeah, so I was very grateful, and we did share some with and so we would patch everybody. Then we would follow up with them a text message the next morning, or we would see them in person and talk with them. If we didn't see them in person because there was 100 people, we would definitely text them or try to call them. But we were in Europe, so it would be a text. But also what we did too in the meantime is we used Greg and Mena's video, their 14-minute video, which is so great because it's only 14 minutes. It's not even 15 minutes. And most people can listen to a 14-minute video. And that was fabulous. Actually, I was in a hot tub with another attorney. She was hiking in France. And I was like, that's what made me think, oh my gosh, the Warm Beers have a very short, get to the point video. I can share it with her because she's an attorney too. So that got the ball rolling. That I said, I'm going to just share the opportunity with anybody. And that's a pre-recorded, Zoom, just like we did today. And you don't have to do it. They could just listen to it. And actually the gal, Mary, who had the plantar fasciitis, said, I was amazed about that, the slide with the inflammation. So she even gave me, feedback on the video that I sent her. And I know people are saying in the chat, where can we find that video, Mena? Where would you like to send them to so they can get the video too as well?
Well, we have a QR code. It's also on Greg Warmbier. I'm going to put the Greg Warmbier YouTube. You will find it there. So Greg Warmbier YouTube. So go there and subscribe, and you can get all these recordings and everything, and then also on the school. So Stephanie, who invited you? Because we can. I don't know if you've got our numbers and things like that, because we can just send it to your text. So Greg Warmbier YouTube. Chat there. Okay. Annette,
Yes.
So
and also this is a team too as well, or on this is a team YouTube. There's many videos too from
well,
they're not as short. They're not
Yeah.
as short as Greg and Mena's. They did a great job. So
Yeah.
congratulations, you guys did awesome.
Yeah, and
So.
that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Diana.
Mhm.
And we're almost at the top of the hour, so we don't want to go on too long because we know people have to get back to work, and there's people
Right.
that things to do at home with family and so on. But just amazing. We've heard from ladies in Europe, we've heard from ladies in South Africa, we've heard from ladies in the US. I mean, this business is all over the world, and we're coming together on the Zoom, ladies. So next week we're here at the same time. And you know what? Bring your friends, bring them, allow them to hear this. And Stephanie, I saw you had a question about what if people are wearing it for a while and they're not feeling anything. You know, that there are a lot of us that have that testimony, 6 weeks, 3 months, 5 months. We know somebody who wasn't feeling anything for a number of months, and then she went for blood tests. I think she was ready to give up on the patch, and she went for blood tests, and the doctor wanted to know what on earth she's doing, because her blood results were so different to previous years that he'd seen. And he said, keep patching. So you know what? We don't want to give up too soon. And the other thing is, we're not all about, hey, just put the patch on. Let's just share. Share the testimonies that you've heard tonight. If you have not had your own testimony, how many have we heard here from a variety of different women? You heard about Heather, you heard about Debbie, you heard about Lillian, you heard from Jolie. I mean, Monica, MS. Hey, ladies, you know what? There are people out there that are praying for an answer to their challenge. So let's be those that want to share because we care. And Stephanie, I'm good friends with Annette. She's part of our team. So we will reach out, and maybe you and I can have a conversation, because I want to say good night, good afternoon to all the ladies. And we do love to close off in prayer and bless every one of you that are here. And thank you for being on. So Diana, if you want to close off in prayer for us,
Yes.
that would be
I'd love
great.
to. Yes. Thank you, Lord, for these ladies. I pray, Lord, that you bless them, Lord God. Just bring people into their lives, Lord, that they can talk to, Lord, and make it easy for them, Father God, and give them the tools that are necessary for them to feel comfortable about sharing this good news. And we pray, Lord, that you bless us and keep us strong and keep us all healthy. And until we meet again, in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, ladies, every single one of you, for being on, for sharing. You are all amazing, and we love and appreciate every single one of you. And you know what? Do come back next week, and know that there are Zooms during the week. So get back with the person that invited you, find out all about this, the Zoom schedule, etc. And we definitely are here to help you overcome any obstacles or any challenges. So bless you guys. Have a great afternoon and a wonderful evening. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Diana, for co-hosting. Thank you, Anna, for jumping on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.